get my social security number that you will never see Gucci Mane or Pooh Shiesty standing next to each other again, on a picture again, never on a song again. That shit'll never happen.
Damn, man, that's crazy. So that's stamped.
The streets have been buzzing for weeks about this whole situation, and now we finally have some answers. Gucci Mane has broken his silence on being robbed by his own artist, Pooh Shiesty, and his response caught everyone off guard. We're talking deleted posts, money being taken back, and a level of disrespect that's left the hip-hop world shook. But to understand Gucci's savage reaction, we need to look at how a mentor-student relationship spiraled into one of the most shocking betrayals in recent hip-hop history. Gucci Mane has been a legend in the game for over 2 decades, helping shape the trap sound that dominates hip-hop today. From his early mixtapes to building 17 records into a powerhouse, he has a long history of discovering and developing talent that goes on to top the charts. Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lantrell Williams, emerged from Memphis, a city known for producing some of the hardest rappers in the game. Even before his professional career, Pooh was already making waves in the streets, and that street credibility became a major part of his appeal. The young rapper had raw, unfiltered energy that reminded people of early Gucci Mane telling real stories about real situations without sugarcoating anything. That authenticity is what initially caught Gucci's attention. And interestingly, Pooh wasn't some unknown kid when Gucci found him. He already had a buzz in Memphis, with people recognizing his potential long before the collaboration began. What Pooh Shiesty needed was someone with the industry connections and experience to elevate him to the next level, and Gucci Mane was the perfect fit. The story of how Gucci discovered Pooh is wild. Word on the street, from people who knew both the music game and the streets, was that this young Memphis rapper had bars and credibility. When Gucci finally heard Pooh's music, he immediately recognized something special. The raw talent was undeniable, but even more, Pooh had an authentic street perspective that couldn't be faked. In a game full of manufactured personas, he was the real deal. Signing him wasn't a long, drawn-out negotiation. When Gucci wants someone, he moves fast. He reached out directly, and the conversation was simple and straightforward. Gucci saw the potential. Pooh needed the platform, and 1017 Records needed that Memphis energy. For Pooh, signing with Gucci Mane was like hitting the lottery. Went from a local Memphis artist to a member of one of hip-hop's most respected labels. Gucci didn't just sign him. He mentored him, gave him access to top producers, and put the full weight of 1017 behind his career. The early days seemed perfect. Gucci as a veteran mentor, Pooh as a hungry student, making music that had both the streets and the industry talking. But life threw a curveball. Pooh caught a federal case and had to serve time, paused his career just as it was starting to take off.
Popular rapper arrested. He's accused of shooting a security guard at a South Florida gentleman's club and will remain behind bars. A judge denied bond for 21-year-old Lantrell Williams.
And it lands a rapper in jail. 7 Sheldon Fox with the exclusive.
Rhode Island says you're wanted. With
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest.
For most artists, Pooh's incarceration might have marked the end of the story. But Gucci Mane isn't your typical label owner. Throughout Pooh's time behind bars, Gucci made sure his name stayed alive, mentioning him in interviews, posting about him on social media, and keeping the streets aware of the young Memphis rapper. That kind of loyalty from a label boss is rare and showed just how much Gucci believed in Pooh's potential. While Pooh was locked up, the hip-hop game didn't wait. New artists emerged, trends shifted, and the landscape evolved. But Gucci ensured that when Pooh got out, he would still have a place in the industry. Anticipation for his release was real, with fans, insiders, and fellow artists all waiting to see what he would do with his second chance. Gucci publicly welcomed him home with a heartfelt Instagram post, expressing pride and excitement to make music together again. Yet something had shifted during Pooh's time away. Instead of immediately reconnecting with Gucci and 1017 Records, he started gravitating toward Memphis connections, specifically Yo Gotti and CMG. This is where the story gets complicated. Gucci and Yo Gotti share a long-standing, deeply personal beef. Their conflict isn't just about musicians, it's about respect, territory, and very personal violations. The roots go back to Gucci's wife, Keisha Cole, Before she became Mrs. Gucci Mane, she had a relationship with Yo Gotti while Gucci was incarcerated, and when Gucci found out, it created a rift that never fully healed. In street culture, certain lines just aren't meant to be crossed, and messing with someone's woman while they're locked up is one of them. So when Pooh Shiesty started publicly showing love to Yo Gotti, it wasn't just hometown loyalty, it was taking sides in a conflict with very personal implications for Gucci Mane. Every post about CMG or appearance at Gotti events felt like a slap in the face to the man who had kept Pooh's career alive. Sure, the Memphis connection was strong. Pooh was from there, his family was there, and Yo Gotti represented hometown success that Gucci, as an Atlanta artist, couldn't. But loyalty in hip-hop isn't just about geography. It's about who's there for you when it matters most. Then came the incident nobody saw coming. Reports surfaced that Pooh Shiesty had actually robbed Gucci Mane, not just disrespected him or violated their business relationship, but allegedly took his jewelry and money at gunpoint. Sources say this happened during a studio session in Dallas. Whether it was over money, respect, or tension surrounding Pooh's Memphis ties, the situation escalated quickly. Multiple sources confirmed Gucci was forced to give up his watch and wedding ring. For someone like Gucci, who's been in the streets and the industry for decades, being robbed by his own artist is the ultimate disrespect. And it wasn't just a random act, it was calculated. Pooh had been trusted, nurtured, and treated like family, and the fact that his crew was involved made it clear this betrayal was premeditated. Gucci had kept Pooh's name alive during incarceration, welcomed him home with open arms, and this was how he was repaid a deep personal betrayal that cut far beyond money. This is where Gucci Mane showed why he survived in the game for so long. Instead of reacting with immediate violence or airing out his emotions on social media, Gucci made calculated moves that spoke louder than any diss track ever could. First, he quietly deleted the welcome home post for Pooh Shiesty. In today's social media age, this small action sent a clear message. Gucci was officially distancing himself from Pooh and everything they had built together. But the real power move was financial. Sources say Gucci immediately worked to recoup any money he had given Pooh upon his release advances, gifts, jewelry, making sure to take back whatever he could. This response was strategic, hitting Pooh where it hurt most, his pockets and his reputation. By reclaiming the money and removing public support, Gucci was essentially erasing the relationship they once had. What made this move brilliant was that it stayed legal and business-focused, leaving Pooh with no room to attack emotionally or publicly. For Pooh, who was still trying to rebuild his career after prison, losing Gucci's backing was devastating. Connections, credibility, and resources that came with being a 1017 Records artist vanished overnight. The situation also highlighted the ongoing tension between Memphis and Atlanta in hip-hop. For Pooh, choosing Memphis over Atlanta wasn't just geography, it was about authenticity and loyalty. In Memphis, he was a hometown hero. In Atlanta, he was just another artist on Gucci's roster. Yo Gotti represented everything Pooh aspired to, a Memphis legend who built his empire without compromising his city's identity. CMG was offering Pooh something that 1017 simply couldn't match. For Pooh Shiesty, joining CMG was the opportunity to become the face of Memphis hip-hop. But in hip-hop, loyalty is supposed to transcend geography. When someone invests in you, supports you, and keeps your name alive during your darkest moments, that bond should outweigh hometown pride. By choosing Memphis over Gucci, Pooh revealed where his priorities lay, opting for immediate acceptance and hometown love over the long-term relationship that had actually sustained his career. For Gucci, this was especially painful. This wasn't just business. He had genuinely believed in Pooh's potential and had invested emotionally in his success. The industry watched the situation unfold with a mix of shock and understanding. On one hand, robbing your mentor is unforgivable. On the other, the pull of hometown loyalty is something every artist understands. Other 1017 artists were likely observing closely, wondering if their own loyalty might be tested. Gucci's response sent a clear message: betray the family and you're cut off completely. Industry veterans familiar with both Gucci and Pooh found themselves in a difficult position, understanding both sides, but unable to publicly support Pooh's actions. The Memphis hip-hop community was split. Some praised Pooh for representing his city, while others felt he had handled things poorly. After all, You can rep your hometown without disrespecting the people who help you get there. Atlanta artists predictably sided with Gucci, reinforcing the city's tight-knit hip-hop community disrespect one legend, and you disrespect them all. This situation also highlighted broader regional dynamics in hip-hop, showing how East Coast, Southern, and other local codes shape different expectations for loyalty, respect, and business. In the end, both artists lost something in this situation. Pooh Shiesty lost a powerful mentor and a key industry connection, while Gucci Mane lost an artist he had genuinely believed in and invested time, money, and energy to develop. For Pooh, the short-term gain of Memphis acceptance may not outweigh the long-term cost of burning bridges with one of hip-hop's most influential figures. Gucci's connections run deep, and having him as an enemy could limit opportunities for years to come. For Gucci, the situation was a stark reminder that loyalty can't be bought or manufactured. You can provide opportunities, but you can't force someone to be grateful or faithful. The hip-hop community witnessed how even the strongest mentor-student relationships can collapse under conflicting loyalties and poor choices. Success in this industry requires more than talent. It demands wisdom, loyalty, and the ability to navigate complex personal and business relationships. The conflict between Gucci and Yo Gotti over Keisha Cole forced Pooh into a choice, and he chose poorly. Ultimately, this saga comes down to respect and loyalty. Gucci had every right to feel betrayed, and his response was measured and precise. He didn't escalate into violence, but he made sure Pooh understood the consequences of his actions. Pooh Shiesty's decision to rob his mentor will follow him for the rest of his career. In an industry built on relationships and reputation, betrayal like this is neither forgotten nor forgiven. The tragedy is that it could have been avoided. Pooh could have maintained his Memphis ties while still respecting the man who built him up. Instead, he chose the path of maximum disrespect. For fans, this is a lost opportunity in music they could have made, the success they could have achieved gone because of poor decisions and divided loyalties. But this is hip-hop. Loyalty is everything, and betrayal always carries consequences. Gucci Mane's response showed why he survived and thrived in this game for decades. He knows how to handle disrespect without destroying himself in the process.